Hey everyone, welcome back to Middle Earth Gaming and welcome back to another Middle Earth SVG unboxing. Yes, in today's video we'll be unboxing the new Rutabi and Brórgîr, the Heroes of Rune, that have been coming out for Defense of the North. It is our first Defense of the North unboxing actually. I know there's, the Dane and Bard and Brand and all that cool stuff has already come out. I am going to be getting them. We'll be unboxing them on the channel to do with our Defense of the North coverage. But I guess, this is kind of like our first in-depth Defense of the North coverage. We don't know when the book's coming out yet. I just picked these up today. It's currently Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. Saturday the 19th, I believe, of March. So unfortunately, these have been out for like about one or 2 weeks now. Some people got them a lot earlier at the GT, but unfortunately, I live here in Australia, and the shipping takes a bit longer to get to us, unfortunately. But I'm gonna get these unboxed for you guys, have a look at them, have a look at the sprues, and build them up for you as well. And I will be doing a vlog covering this, like I did with the new Witch King, of how I'm going on to paint these guys, because this is the start of a new army for me, a new Easterling army that I'm going to be doing for Defense of the North, so I'm really excited for that. So yeah, let's get straight into it, guys, and we'll see you at the desk. Alright guys, so here is the unboxing part of the video. So here we have Rutabi and Brórgîr, what we're going to be doing in this vlog. Now I've already done an unboxing of this video, so this might not be too interesting for you guys, but I will speed through this bit, just so I can just show you, just in case you guys haven't seen it. Here we have Brórgîr's weapon here, which is very, very cool indeed. Again, the detail on these models is amazing. I don't know if I'm going to be painting both of them during this video. This one, Rutabi, is the one that I definitely want to get built. Painted, I should say. You can just see like the detail in there. Like you can see the eyes in there, which I am going to try and do. I'm not a massive fan of painting eyes, and helmeted eyes are even more of a pain. So we'll give it a go, but we'll see how we go. We have Brórgîr, which is going to be a lot easier because I don't think you can actually, if you can get painting eyes in that, I commend you, but I don't think they're sculpted in there. They might be, I just can't really see them. Just wait and see. I love the scale mail on these models. They're very, very cool indeed. And just see like the belts on there as well. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. And last thing I'll show you, because like the other bits are, they're just the same, like, a few arms. There's a nice cape, I guess, that you guys can see. But like I said, I've already done an unboxing of this, so if you want to see more detail, go into that. But I'm sure this video will be more than detailed enough. We have Rutabi's frame here. We have the sword for Rutabi. There's the sword there, and then we have Rutabi's shield. This is the Black Dragon shield, which is absolutely stunning, absolutely awesome. I'm very, very much afraid of painting it. But we will have to wait and see. Nice detail on the back there as well. I might have to paint these guys separately, or at least the shield separately. I think the sword will be fine, but I think the shield I'm going to have to paint separately, because I do want to give these models some kind of justice. In saying that, the painting that I'm going to be doing on this is my first Easterling models that I'm going to be painting. So these are very much, I should be doing, some normal Easterling warriors to show my my paint recipe, I guess. But we're just going to try it straight out on these guys. So probably not the best idea, but we'll have to wait and see about that. But yeah, that drag on the shield just looks absolutely awesome. Can't wait to again, like I said, I'm skeptical about painting these guys. Like the capes and all that. I think that's definitely Brórgîr's cape, so don't have to worry too much about that. I will definitely paint Brórgîr up at some point, but I definitely want to get Rutabi done in this video. But yeah, again, we'll have to wait and see about that. So yeah, of course, next up is to give these guys a soak in some soapy water and leave them out to dry a little bit, and then I'll get them built up for you guys, and probably come back when they are finally built. Alright guys, and we are back. So I've gone ahead and built them and have undercoated them as well. So here we have Brórgîr. Hope you guys can see it. It's a little bit dark because it's a bit late here. But he has now been undercoated, built undercoated. There was a little bit of green stuffing that I had to do, but hopefully you guys can't really see it. There was a little bit under the tunic there and a little bit on his arm. But just use some liquid green stuff and that should be all good now. Hopefully I might be able to get the lighting a little bit better. We'll see. And then we have Rutabi. Wonderful little model right here. It's pretty bad lighting, I'm sorry guys. But yeah, so you can see like the eye sockets. I'm going to try and paint those eyes like I said. Definitely going to be interesting to try and do that. I kept the shield separate on Rutabi because I want to paint it, you know, I want it so I can get in there nice and easily, and so I can get to the back of the shield nice and easily. So I kept them separately for now, at least until I do like the base coats and the shades, and I might stick it on after that to do the highlights, because like, you know, in the like the recesses like that, you're not going to get the highlights in there. So I might wait until that, and we'll have a look. As well as I kept the cape I should say, off Brórgîr. So I kept that off as well, so I can do a nice, well, hopefully a nice little thing on, do a nice paint job on the cape, I should say. But there we go. So they have been undercoated and built and undercoated now. So I'm going to go ahead and do the first stage of paint jobs on here, and we'll get back to you, I guess, when I get some progress done. Alright guys, time for a bit of an update, and I said I'd be back when I finished the armor, and well, that's partly true, and I've actually gone ahead and done a bit more, because I'm a weird painter, as in I finish parts before I completely finish parts before I move on to the next part. So as you guys will see, I've completely done the face, like the skin, I've done the armor, and now I'm on to the red cloth now. So I've done a bit, oh, sorry about the shakiness of the cam there guys. So yeah, as you guys can see, they're a bit further along than I thought they would be by this point. I think it's like 2-3 days later now. Because the armor's taken me quite a while, and I wanted to get it nice and right. I think it's turned. I'm kind of happy with how the armor turned out. Again, it's not that regal golden armor that you see a lot of Easterlings have. This is more like a dirty gold that you kind of see the Easterlings have in the Two Towers. So let's go and have a look. So the cloak here, the cloak is not much. It's just been base coated with a mix of, what was it? I'm actually just starting on the black cloth now as well. I think it was Storm Vermin Fur and Chaos Black, so it was like a 80-20 mix of Chaos Black to Storm Vermin Fur. I'm just going to gradually build that up and see how it goes. And you can see a little bit of the gold there, a bit of like a dirty, almost like a silvery goldish there. Here we have the shield. Again, you can see a bit more of the gold. Probably the light's not doing it justice. Let's see if I turn that off. Will that? I mean, that kind of makes it how it looks like. If we turn that, or if we just turn it a bit, yeah, that's probably a little bit better for you guys to see. So there we have the dirty gold bit on the back, done a bit of the red on the back of the shield. So yeah, the gold's completely done, which I'm actually it's actually that way. So there we go. So let's go on with Brórgîr first. So here we have Brórgîr. So really cool with how he's turned out. The armor took me such a long time, honestly. I think there's like 8 or 9 stages to the armor that I did. So I'm just turning him back around. But I think it gives it really that nice impression of that dirty gold that you see in the Two Towers. I feel like it's coming up quite well. A little bit of the skin tone in there. I wasn't sure if that was supposed to be skin tone or cloth in there, but I just went with skin tone. So yeah, and yeah, like I said, I've only just base coated the red cloth, so that is the next thing on my to-do list. So the red cloth, that was just, was it corn red with a 50-50 mix of corn red and Rhinox hide. So that's that at the moment. and then I'm going to do another like a layer and then wash it down and then layer it up, and we'll see how we go from there. But yeah, it's the armor that I really wanted to show you guys because I think that came out quite well. And like I'm no painter, like I'm no Golden Demon painter or really any really good painter. I just paint until I'm happy with it, and you know, sometimes it's cool, sometimes it comes out well, and sometimes it doesn't. But I feel like the armor came out pretty well. And here we have Rutabi. I don't know if you guys can see it. That eye, I don't know how I did it. Hopefully you guys can see it. I don't know how I did it. But it's like looking, he's like looking, she I should say, she's like looking into your soul. The other side is like a bit scared. That side didn't come out as good, but that side, if you just look at it like that, I think that came out really well. I was really happy with how that came out. Hopefully you guys can see that. But yeah, when you look at it like back like here, like you're rarely ever gonna tell. But yeah, again, started to work on the cloak, the black cloak and the red robes. Again, the metal's done, the gold's done. I think that's like a good impression of how the gold looks. It's a little bit bright on this side, so it's looking a lot brighter than it should. But yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. It does look like somewhat of how it represents in the two towers. Of course, they've got a lot of color grading and stuff going on there. But you know, I'm sure once the red comes in, the black cloth and everything else, like once it all blends together, I think it will come out really well. Hopefully, anyway. And I think I'm gonna put the shield on soon, because of course I'm not gonna highlight, in there, because like it's just gonna be shadow, because that wouldn't make sense to be highlighted in there. So probably the next time you see these guys, the cloak and the shield might even be glued on, but we'll have to wait and see. Again, like I was so impressed with that eye. Like I don't know how I did it. I don't know if you guys can get a real good picture. That's probably like the closest you're gonna get. But I was really, really happy with that. I don't know how I did it. I think that just looks really good. Like the other side just looks like is like what's going on right now. And this one's like really serious. They're like staring you down. It's like that's definitely like I so wish I could have got that eye a little bit better, but yeah. From that side, I think it looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. But yeah, there we go. And like once you see him back here, like I think they look pretty good. Like from when you're gonna see them on tabletop, that dirty gold I think really works pretty well actually. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you guys want to know what the recipe is, I started off with Rune Lord brass as like a I definitely I always pictured my Easterlings like not like Retribute armor. Like that's just way too bright in my opinion. I know a lot of Easterling armies are like that because they look quite bright. Excuse me. But like I said, I'm very much of a rustic, more like an earthy painter. So I always like to go with the more rugged look, if that makes sense. So the more dirty the appearance, I think it brings a lot more realism in my opinion. So yeah, it was Rune Lord brass, and then I think I added Canoptic alloy. It was like a mix of Rune Lord brass and Canoptic alloy. I honestly don't remember how I did I think it was Rune Lord brass as a base coat, and then it might have been 50, like a 25-75 mix of these two together, like layered it up. And then I think I washed it. I know I definitely washed it with Agrax Earthshade, and then I wanted to get like a bit of it's dirty, but I still wanted to get like a bit of regal look, so I wanted to get like a different kind of color in there. I think I put, it wasn't Caribbean Crimson. Which one was it? It was over here. Oh, Druchii Violet. I did heavily washed it in Agrax, and then lightly like a glaze almost like of Druchii Violet, and that by itself just looks really good. And I really could have just left it there, but and then I think I went back with Rune Lord and Canoptic. I think I just like little by little on both of these, Rune Lord brass and Rune Lord Brass and Canoptic Alloy. And then I think for the final highlight, I added like a little bit of Pallid Witched Flesh to the mix, which just seems pretty insane, adding that to a metallic, but it does work, and that's what's like, you know, that final highlight around. And I think it just makes it like a little bit more brighter without making it too metallic. So yeah, and like I said, if you look back like from here, like that's like a pretty good representation of what the color actually looks like. Of course, the camera makes it a bit more brighter than what it actually looks like in person. But yeah, I think they're turning out quite well. And yeah, once the red cloaks I think are done, I think they're going to look a lot nicer as well. So yeah, that's what I'm up to at the moment, guys. Next up, like I said, I'm going to be doing the red cloak and then the black, and then we'll see. I probably will come back before they completely finish, but yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this, and let me know what you guys think of the what they think in the comment section below. Like I said, I'm really happy with how they're turning out at the moment. But yeah, I will see you guys when I have a bit of an update. Alright guys, and we are back. It's a couple of days later, and I've got some progress to show you. They're not quite done just yet, but I thought I would show you how they are getting on at the moment. So here we have Brórgîr. Hopefully you can see him pretty well. So I've done the red, as you guys can see. Hopefully, I don't know, it does look a little bit brighter in. If I turn that on, no, it's gonna be too much shadow, I think. But yeah, if you guys can probably see it, like I said before, I want to make like a really like a dirty, like how they appear in film 2 in Two Towers, and what you briefly see in Return of the King. But yeah, I think the like obviously the gold's finished. I think that came out pretty well. The red's finished as well, so you know it's not that bright red that you see in a lot of Easterling armies, but it looks worn, and that's the kind of gist I want to go with this army. Like, they look pretty worn, you know, they're not off the press, as you would say. Not done by any means. I still got to paint the rock, and still got to do all the medals, like the silver medals and stuff, and other things like that, little details. The cloak's done, I think, as well. I think that came out pretty well. Again, I've seen, like, the one on Forge World is very stark and very bright. Again, I didn't want it to do it like that. I'm not the best with cloaks anyway. I just built it up with, I think it was an 80-20 mix of 80% Abandoned Black and 20% of Storm Vermin Fur. And I just kept putting more Storm Vermin Fur in, until I was happy with the black, and then I did a little, as you guys can probably see, a little highlight of some of the Storm Vermin Fur on the bits like that. So yeah, and then obviously as you guys can see, I actually I glued the cloak on, and you know, I'm not the best painter by any means, but you know, I think he looks pretty cool up close, and if you're mostly going to see him like this, and I think he looks quite cool from there. And it does look like, you know, I feel like I kind of have matched that armor that you do see. That was the main thing I was trying to get from this, was to match the armor that was from the Two Towers. So that's Brórgîr. Here we have Rutabi, which I think is coming out quite well. Let's see how close we can get. I don't think I showed you guys the eye. This eye, it's not really going to show up, is it? There you go. Hopefully you guys can see it. Oh, it's like focusing on my hand, not on the model. There you go. Hopefully you guys can see that. I think I did say, because I think I mentioned, like, this eye like looks like she's pretty surprised, but this eye is like looking pretty sinister. Anyway, yeah, I did the same on the over here. I think this cloak out turned out a little bit better. There's something on the cloak there. Oh well. But yeah, I think I just, like, you know, just did what I could. Again, I'm not the best at painting cloaks. The red, I think, turned out a little bit better on this one. I don't know, just with the folds of the cloak, I think it was just a bit easier, and the back of the helmet here. And the shield. Yeah, the shield's pretty much done, I think. Like, the dragon on the front
It was a bit of a challenge because I'm not a massive fan of highlighting, and I'm not a really skilled highlighter, but I think that turned out pretty well. Just use the side of my brush to get around the side. Make sure my paint was thinned down. If I, make sure your paints are thin, guys. If you make a mistake, it doesn't really show up that too much. You can always go back over it with the base color. But yeah, and just build it up over like 2 or 3 layers. Like, it does take time, but I think it's worth it in the end. And again, I didn't want this to make, to be like, those stark gold and red and black Easterlings that you always see, but like, a bit more of a dirty kind of Easterling force. And I think that's turning out quite well. It's not done again. Still got to do a few other things like the sword, obviously, and there's a few browns and all that in there. But yeah, I think they've turned out quite well at the moment. Again, if you see them from back here, that's the color I wanted to go for, because it feels like I haven't done the normal Easterling warriors yet, but it feels like these are the warriors that you do see in film 2 in Two Towers at the Black Gate. Like with that armor, like that's the armor is what I really want to get from this. Like the other colors I can change if need be. Like the red, I might tone it down a little bit more or something, make it a bit more brownier, but we'll see. But yeah, it is currently Wednesday, the 29th, I think. I want to get this video out tomorrow. As you can probably hear by my voice, I'm not too great at the moment. So unfortunately, the Doggle video that was supposed to go out last weekend, or was supposed to go out 3 weeks ago actually, has been delayed. So apologies about that, guys. I've said that in the Doggle video anyway. But hopefully that'll be up this weekend once my voice is better. But we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, so these guys it's currently Wednesday. I got a few hours tonight, and I got some hours tomorrow as well. So hopefully I should actually get them done. I hope should be up Thursday for you guys. But again, I don't want to make any more promises at the moment, because as you guys can tell, I'm not too well at the moment. Yeah, but I hope you guys are enjoying them, and yeah, I'm really enjoying painting these guys. I know a lot of people don't enjoy painting Easterlings, but I don't know. I think it's because of the massive stark gold contrast that you always do. But with me, I just did more natural worn gold, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next clip when hopefully they should be done. Alright guys, I am back, and I am finished. They are actually done. So I'm going to show you guys these one at a time. I'm actually really happy with how these guys have turned out. I've got a pretty decent light at the moment, so hopefully that should actually show you how they actually should look in person. But here we go, here is Brórgîr. Yeah, I'm really happy with how these guys turned out, to be honest. Let's see if I turn this light off. Yeah, that gives it more a look of how it looks like in person. So as you guys can see, very dirty looking gold. Very much how I wanted them to look like, as if they were in the Two Towers. So I think he's turned out really cool. The black cloak, I think, turned out okay. I'm not the best at doing cloaks. I don't know if I said this last time. The base is the big thing that I did during this one. So as you guys can see, I added a few more rocks around, because originally there's only this one big one rock here. But you added a few more rocks. Did some snow, the old Citadel snow. I still had some of that left. So that's pretty cool. And made it to look like Erebor. Outside Erebor, because I assume in Defense of the North that these guys are going to be fighting, against the dwarves at Erebor. So I wanted the bases to look like it does in Erebor, and my big inspiration for this was in the Battle of the Five Armies, obviously. When Dane arrives on his pig, and you see the coming down the hill, and you all those the growth and all that there. That was my inspiration for that. I might put a picture or something up on the screen so you guys can see. But that was my inspiration for this base, and I think it turned out pretty cool. The rocks I painted in a couple of different colors. I think I started off. I think I painted it with Dawnstone, and then washed it heaps of different colors. Washed it with Agrax, Nullen, Carabed Crimson,
like green, blue, like heaps of different colors, and then dry brushed it up again with Dawnstone, and then with Rakar Flesh, and then with white, I believe. So hopefully that gives it a bit more of a natural look. So yeah, that was pretty fun, and I think he turned out pretty darn well. I think the contrast is quite nice, and yeah, this is how I'm going to do the rest of my Easterlings when I finally get them, because I still haven't got my mate's order yet, which is a little bit annoying, but there you go. But yeah, really happy with how this guy's turned out. So that is Brórgîr. I'll set him down here for you guys. And next we have Rutabi. So again, I did the same with this one. Of course, this guy didn't come with any, or she, I should say, she didn't come with any rocks. So I glued some rocks down. There's one there, and I think one behind there. And then yeah, did the base pretty much the same again. Hopefully you guys can see. Again, I'm really happy with how that eye turned out. If you guys can see that. I tried to fix up the left side. Don't think it worked out too well. The shield I think turned out pretty cool. You know, especially if you look at like far away, you know, you're not going to really see a difference anyway. But yeah, the cloak I'm pretty happy with. Just, you know, laid it up with some black and some I think it was, I forgot what it was called. It was like a dark grey. I don't even have it. I think I put it away. But yeah, and then just kept putting more gray into it, and just kept highlighting it up until until it turned out the way I wanted it, pretty much. And this is actually my first time using tufts. They're actually I'll show you guys. This is the flock that I used. It's just stuff that I got at my local hobby shop. And then these are tufts. There are Vallejo Scenery diorama products. Wild Tuff Beige. Because I kept looking and see if I could find like the same color palette that you see in that in those photos, like in those in Battle of Five Armies. I think I got it pretty bang on. I think it turned out pretty damn cool. Again, I'll put some photos up to show you guys like the look I was going for. But yeah, I think they turned out pretty well. And like, yeah, putting them together, yeah, I think they turned out pretty cool. Pretty cool for a week's worth. Now I think I said in the last video that I was hoping to have this video out on Thursday or maybe Friday. That unfortunately didn't get to turn out well. As you guys know, I wasn't well last week. Still not too well at the moment, but I was busy at work over the weekend, very busy at work. So I wasn't able to get the video out. So hopefully, it's currently Monday afternoon. So I'm hoping to have this video out tonight, if not tomorrow on Tuesday. But apologies about this video going out a little bit later. So yeah, apologies about this video going out a little bit later than I wanted it to. But I think it still worked out pretty well in the end. But yeah, there we go. So that is Rutabi and Brórgîr. So they are completely finished. And yeah, looking at them like down like that, like you can see like the color of the gold that I was going with. But yeah, now we'll go over to the sofa and check out their profiles, and I guess wrap up this vlog. So I'll see you there. So there we go, and that was the vlogging part of the bit, I guess. Yeah, I'm really happy. Like I said, I'm really happy with how it turned out. Hopefully on this side or this side, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure this side. You'll see some photos of them finished. Hopefully, with some pretty decent photos. Hopefully, but yes, now we're going to be going over their profiles. So I've got this on my iPad. So this is from Forge World. So if you guys want to go check out, if you want to go check. If you want to know their rules, I'll put a link in the description below, but they're on the Forge World website as well. So let's start off with Brórgîr the Conjurer. He is, I don't know, are we going to do points values or are we going to do goblins? He is, what is he? He is 16 goblins. He's 16 goblins with stuff. just so you guys, of course, you know, goblins 4 points with something, so 5 points. Yeah, so he is 16 goblins with stuff. So yeah, he is a man, of course, with he's part of the Easterling army. And again, these are experimental rules. They usually are 100%. It does say that they're 100%, you know, they should be considered 100% official. But he is movement 6, 5 value 3, 4+ shoot value, strength 3, defense 5, 1 attack, 2 wounds, courage 4, 2 wounds, 2 might, 5 will, and 2 fate. Now the 5 will is the big one, of course, because he is, you know, he is a mage, essentially, like a shaman. He's also a hero of Fortitude, which is pretty cool. So it comes with heavy armor and Easterling battle stave. Can be used as a spear or a two-handed axe, which will be interesting, especially with the phalanx rule for normal Easterlings. Even though he doesn't have a shield, which would be better, but you know, and he doesn't have pikes. So honestly, the spear probably doesn't really help at all. But you know, it'd be cool to have a two-handed axe. He doesn't have. It's not Master Forged or hand and a half. It is a two-handed axe, so there you go. You're more than likely going to be having behind your line, so he's probably going to be using the spear a lot more anyway. You know, if he is in combat. The only hero action he has is heroic channeling. He has 4 magical powers, so he has Blade Wrath, Fury for Easterlings. It does say Fury Easterling, so I'm guessing you can only use it for Easterling. Also Enchanted Blades and Tremor, which are, you know, they're pretty decent rules. Again, I'm not a massive fan of shamans. I don't use shamans at all. The only time I'm probably going to use this guy at all is probably in a scenario where I'm guessing he'll be in Defensive North, at least in one scenario. Yeah, that's probably where I'm going to use him most of all. Because yeah, again, I'm not a massive fan of shamans, not a massive fan of that kind of meta, essentially, if that makes sense. His special rule though is pretty cool. Sorceress Adept. So each time Brórgîr rolls a natural 6 when making a casting test, he will regain a single will point after resolving the effects of the magical power. So that's pretty cool. So you know, normally, you know, if you resist a magical power on a 6, you know, you automatically get that will back. But this is when he's making casting tests, so that's very cool. So he originally starts with 5. You're at least gonna roll 1 6 out of those 5, right? You would hope so. So he's essentially got 6 will, which is very, very cool. So very much very good in that regard, if you want to play it that way, of course. But again, I'm never probably going to use him in match play, you know, against people. You know, I feel like I painted him up pretty well, but again, it's not the way I see my Easterling army going ahead. But again, of course, if he's in a scenario in Defense of the North, of course I'll be using him in that. But someone that I will be using, hopefully, a lot, is Rutabi, General of the Dragon Legion. She is 22 goblins, which is quite a few goblins. Actually, why am I saying goblins? These are all online. She's 110 points. She's 110 points. These are all online, all free. I don't know why I'm saying this. You know, if it was in a book, it would be, but she's 110 points anyway. It's interesting because she's a woman, which is very cool. Very cool to have a cool Easterling hero to see. You know, obviously we don't see her face. But again, I showed you in the vlog bit. I hope I did anyway. I made her stand out by painting in the eyes and the skin a little bit. So hopefully that came out pretty cool. She's 5 value 6, which is pretty good. You know, pretty good for a for someone who's going to be assaulting, you know, elves, or not really elves, but you know, dwarves. So you're going to have those you know, high fight values of the other heroes. Especially if you're going up against Dane and all those kind of guys, so that'd be cool. And even going up against elves, you know, be defending against normal, you know, other elves, you know, 5 value 5 should be going up against that. So, and going up against heroic elves, you know, other than Thranduil and other heroes, should probably be cleaving through normal troops. She has strength 4, which is good, defense 7, which is very good. She does come with a heavy armor, sword, and shield already, so she would be defense 6, but she's just defense 7 with a shield, which is nice. 3 attacks, which is good. 3 wounds, courage 5, 3 might, 2 wounds, 2 fate. So she doesn't have 3s in all the right places, but 3 attacks, 3 wounds, and 3 might, which is really good. Which is good because she has heroic actions of heroic strike and heroic challenge. You're more likely going to be using heroic strike more than the heroic challenge, but you know, that's good anyway. And the fact is that she's got Master of Battle on a 3+. I think she's going to be good. You'll definitely want her in the front lines, I would guess. She does have the Phalanx special rules, so Easterling models can use pikes and shields at the same time without penalty. Furthermore, should an Easterling model on foot with the special rule, you lose a dual roll. Up to 2 other models that also have the Phalanx special rule can make way instead of 1. So that's very cool. And show no mercy. When making strikes against an enemy model that is trapped, Rutabi may re-roll failed to wound rolls. So that's very handy. Of course, you have to make it work. You know, it's not always going to be prevalent for that to work. You know, you're gonna have to trap them. You have to, you know, catch them and trap them. But you know, it's a very cool rule. And Easterling armies, you know, then they are, you know, unless you're going up against goblins, you know, they're not the hoardiest army. You can definitely hold them out. And especially, you know, with new heroes like this, it's going to be easier to do that as well. But, you know, Rutabi, a couple of captains and just warriors, you know, you might be able to do it, you know. But yeah, it's a very cool rule, but it's just a very cool profile to have, especially, you know. So, you know, obviously these are GW inventions, but they're very cool inventions as well. And, you know, seeing those new black dragons, you know, having Rutabi, she's a hero of valor. So she can lead 15. So I could just see Rutabi with 15 dragon warriors. Oof, I think that's a little project for me to do with this Easterling army. But yeah, they're very, very cool. And I've also forgot to say she's got unyielding combat stance. So there you go. But yeah, a very cool profile. Again, like I said, definitely prefer Rutabi over Brórgîr. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What do you guys think of them? Have you got them yourselves? Have you painted them up? Let me know what you guys think about them in the comment section below. But I think this video has gone on for a long time, so I'm going to get out of here. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll see you guys next time. And as always, happy gaming.